Hi there, good people. Good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time here right now, it's around 11 p.m. Waiting for the morning. So today I'm using this angle because I'm going to be doing a list, and I think it will be appropriate if you can see all these bottles together. I'll perhaps do 2 episodes. If I feel a little bit sleepy, then I'll just do one very long and hectic day. Then I decided, because since the year ending, I want to sort of like finish up or touch up on the purchase that I made throughout the whole year. So this is gonna be the first episode of them all, and I'm gonna do like few episodes like this, like maybe 3 or 4. Don't know exactly. I actually plan to do top 50 purchase of 2022, and you might think like, hey, isn't that a lot? No, it's not. This whole year I sort of counted. I bought about 483 bottles. Okay, I think 483. Yes, nearly 500 bottles this year. Some cheap, some expensive, designer niche, a lot of types of fragrance, and also I bought some others and oils. I'm not counting those, but it's about, I bought per month about 40 fragrances on average. So the number doesn't really matter, but the whole point is I can pick my favorites. I'll tell you one thing before I start the list. This may run a little bit long, but I would like to talk. So these are more going to be like update on each fragrances, so you can see what are the latest performance wise, what I got from it. I'll speak a little on each. I reviewed them all, check them out, and I'll tell you one thing. I'm very proud of the way I buy fragrances, because I do not buy things that I don't think I'll find interesting or I'll never use. Okay, I find something that's useful, I'll use, which is gonna be, like gonna be used by me basically, right? So I buy those, and I do research before buying. So I suggest you do the same. Never blind buy fragrances. Okay, many of you get upset. Joy, you told me to buy this, but it was utter disappointment. I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't feel bad because I like them. I stand by them, and these are my likes. Like I like certain type of fragrances. So today I picked up 13 from my collection, and I'm gonna show you like randomly, but you can see some of them are, it's kind of like a mix, Middle Eastern, designer, some discontinued ones, and some bit expensive ones, some mix sort of. Okay, so I would like to start with one fragrance. This is gonna be from House of Calvin Klein, and you can check out my full review on this. I'll give you a little bit update on this one. So this is called Calvin Klein Man. Okay, this is not a new fragrance. Okay, as I told you in the review, this is a fragrance I've been wanting to try and buy for a long time. I tried it many times, but I never really picked up a bottle. But I heard they changed the bottle design. This is the main reason why I got it. Now this is vintage. This is the old style bottle, and if you actually want to get this particular bottle. The new one, I don't know how the reformulation is or the smell. Okay, this one I can tell you, very fantastic looking bottle. I absolutely love the bottle design. It's very I would say noble type. Okay, so Calvin Klein's Man, perhaps if I make top 10, it will definitely enter, most likely, high likely. But I have a lot of CK fragrances and CK has a lot of gems. I will do perhaps a CK top 10 now, because I have many CK fragrances. I have one more in this list today. So what's great about this is kind of like a fresh, spicy violet leaves, and people compared this with a little bit of Fahrenheit Aqua or Aqua Fahrenheit, or sort of like Fahrenheit Summer, those kind of fragrances. But I'll tell you one thing, this fragrance, it's great on its own. Do not compare this with like L'Homme Libre or Xenia's Uomo. Those are a little bit higher grade fragrances. Okay, to be honest, those are great. Those are really, really upper class. But this one, you're gonna not spend so much money, which is why I picked it up out of so many that I bought. I think this is great for fall. Okay, really, really great for fall. It creates this nice little vibe like Narciso Rodriguez for him, EDT also, but no musk. So it's very wearable, fresh, and violet leaves. Very nice, woody, spicy, kind of like violet leaves, fresh perfume. Okay, so mild spicy kind of fragrance, very masculine. Calvin Klein Man, very bold name. So this is my first pick for the night, and I keep it there. Okay, that's number 13, I think. Yeah. So number 12, let's put it a little bit back. Okay, number 12, I'm gonna show. This is an underrated gem. This fragrance I bought somewhere middle of the year from one of my brothers, and I wanted to try it for a long time. This is something similar to Gautier Square or Gautier 2, however you say it, by YSL, which is very hard to find. I heard they're going to re-release it, or they already did. So I never got a full bottle. I had a like very old bottle with a few sprays left, but I always wanted to try this one. This is called Lapidus Altamir. Sorry. This juice, this fragrance, let me tell you a little bit about this fragrance, why I got it. Many people will not find this the sexiest or the most desirable. I understand. The reason being, this one has this play of kind of like You can say orange blossom, neroli, kind of like a powdery vanillic sort of property, and it's kind of like a warm, those like suntan lotion-ish type, but it's kind of sweet, it's kind of sweet, long-lasting kind of fragrance. But this is much cheaper than the Gautier, like Gautier Square. Now, if you get a vintage, it's going to cost a lot of money. On the other hand, this one, 35 bucks I paid for it, 37, I don't remember, but in foreign lands, you can get this for much cheaper. Really nice looking juice. You can tell this is going to be good for warm, like fall and kind of cold weathers, and this is really, really good. I usually decant this stuff and use it because the sprayer is kind of faulty on this. I absolutely love it. This is called Altamir. Check out my review. This is from House of Ted Lapidus. Great fragrance. I really like the way this one smells. So then we have number 11. This one, I think this year's perhaps one of the best cheap thrills. Reason being, I find this bottle hard to believe at this price point. They sell it for 17 to 20 bucks or even cheaper, maybe sometimes 15. This is made in Dubai, and this is from Fragrance World, and I bought this fragrance blind buy. Okay, this is called Mocha Oud. Mocha Oud, there's another one, the green one, like a sapphire color one. I want to try that, but I think that's not available in my country yet, but I will try it. But Mocha Oud, what a phenomenal fragrance, what a phenomenal sweet, kind of like a rose. You can say not much of oud, but definitely there's a rose play, kind of like a rose vanilla, kind of like concoction, and then kind of like a chocolatey, boozy, sweet, very, very sweet, very long lasting, and the bottle is really, really pretty. I love the look of this bottle. It's very premium. It looks like kind of like whiskey jar or something, whiskey container. Absolutely love it. Mocha Oud, you're gonna get some coffee, but not so much, but you get that sweetness of that oriental style perfumes like you get from Mancera Velvet Vanilla or Roses Greedy, very jammy rose, very, very sweet, candied sort of vibe. The quality of this fragrance is unbelievable. This one beats so many of the other ones that I bought, but it's a try. It's not a blind buy worthy. If you do not like sweet, powerful perfume, this one will get you a headache, and definitely you can wear this throughout the year. I think it will be good for rainy seasons, cooler nights out, and winter. Mocha Oud by Fragrance World. Sorry. So now we're gonna hit top 10. I like to keep it like this. If I put it random, people will be like, oh, I don't know which one to buy or which one is more important. I'm not trying to say anything is more important than the other one, but I'm doing a list so people that, oh, it's going according to ranking, so it's more interesting. So now top 10, I start with this fragrance here, and I'm going to feature so many more from this house because many of them are gems. I got many this year. This is called Loyal Agar. This is House of Luxodor Perfumes, niche house. Okay, these feature really cool magnetic cap, which I like, but this is basically a clone of Layton, and this is not a new fragrance. I'm not featuring all the 2022 release. I am featuring, as you can tell from past recent times, whatever I bought this year, not a backup bottle or repurchase. I got this year for the very first time, right? So Loyal Agar is beast mode. I mean, do not be mistaken like seeing the bottle like, oh, perhaps this bottle is not so interesting, it's gonna be boring, it's not as flashy as something like Interlude or Tom Ford or Bloody Chanel. You'll be mistaken, because this fragrance, it's pure magic in a bottle. If you ever love Layton, you'll know Layton is great. Layton is lovely. I love Layton. I got this so many years back. It still performs like really crazy like other PDMs. I love that fragrance. But for the time being, I'm not going to repurchase when that bottle runs out because I have this. In a nutshell, Loyal Agar, it's so lovely. Please check it out. Sweet, spicy, playful, and very beast mode. All year round you can wear that. So that is Luxodor Perfumes. Number 9, one of the discontinued fragrances perhaps. I think this got re-released. After that it also got discontinued. But this perfume, no one talks about it, and I just had to get a bottle because I always seen it many places, but I never got a tester because these bottles, they come in a kind of like a plastic kind of packaging, which is sealed, cannot open, they don't have testers. This is called Armani Lui or He, and this is the bottle. Nowhere it mentions the name of the perfume. Iconic bottle, very cylindrical, very simple, and looks like a tin can, and the sprayer is really nice. Okay, shoots really nice, one of the best sprayers ever. So this perfume, why I pick it up and why I'm featuring it here, it has the sort of like a citrusy, powdery kind of smell with a hint of darkness and You can say sweetness, sweet, dark, powdery and citrus in the opening. Very masculine perfume and very dreamy. If you ever like fragrances like Dreamer or like some of those powdery fragrance or something like Burberry's Touch, you'll definitely enjoy this. This is like Lamal meets Burberry's Touch sort of, and a lot of citrus up top. Absolute like a sexy perfume for night time. Definitely one of my best buys. Armani Lui or He. Check it out. I'm sorry. More and more I smell, it disturbs my nostrils. But next one is one of the easier ones to put in the list. This is called Armaf Club New Intense Man Parfum or Pure Perfume Concentration. Boring, I know. I mean, you already know about this. This is the best CDNIM, period. So no need to talk about it. Beastly performer. One of my best buys because I can use this as a trusted buddy. Performance is going to be beast mode and really, really smooth. Next one is going to be Patchouli on Fire or Patchouli in Fire by Afnan. This perfume right here, once again, if you haven't seen my previous videos, features a magnetic cap, really nice bottle and box, really nice. And this basically is Nicola's Patchouli Intense, that fragrance's inspiration. Not as bitter, not as green, not as, not gonna say diabolic, but not as aggressive as the Nicolai. Nicolai is really pushing the envelope, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad fragrance. That's beast mode, but super expensive. This one, more on the budget side, but not super cheap. It's still expensive, but test it if you can. This definitely is very interesting perfume. I like it a lot. Smells very different than everything I have. Patchouli on Fire by Afnan. So number 6, then I hit top 5. Number 6, my scent of the night. This is called Liquid Gold Euphoria Man by Calvin Klein. This line, man, if you can get the whole line, because these are, I think, Middle Eastern exclusives and made differently than other CK perfumes. I just showed you CK Man. Compared to that, this is like a different class. This is business class right here. This fragrance, it's spicy, it's high class, it's very masculine. I think it has some other elements as well, but basically Liquid Gold is just a perfume. You, I think, give me a second. Yeah, sorry, I need to clear my throat out. But I was saying, Liquid Gold Euphoria Man, if you ever get to try this fragrance, it's going to be costing you $65 in Bangladesh, minimum. And if you find it somewhere, if possible, if they allow you, spray on yourself. You'll see the quality. I do love the Amber Gold a lot, but this is kind of like if you like Bulgari's Man in Black, spicy perfumes and dark, this is going to be right up your alley. Very niche style perfume, Liquid Gold by Euphoria Man. A very rare perfume, very happy to have this, okay? So now, top 5. I think, yeah, maybe you will run out of space. Let's create a little bit more space, then we'll hit top 5. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't foresee these things because, I don't estimate well. Okay, number 5. This is one of the best buys this year. Hands down, this is called Ajmal, Ambre, Pimente. I featured this fragrance just yesterday and I did say this is one of the best fresh Middle Eastern perfumes. And Ajmal, what quality they have. This fragrance has no talk absolutely anywhere. Cardamom bomb. If you ever love, like let's say, La Nuit de l'Homme, it's a great fragrance, okay? No doubt about it. It's a classic. It's something that everybody wants. But if you don't get the enough push from it, the newer batches, this is my 2014. But if you don't get enough push from these newer batches, layer it with Ambre Pimente or El Nui by Albayt Al Dimashqi. Your La Nuit is going to become immortal, okay? This fragrance, what can I say about it? It's such a phenomenal, it looks like a boring juice, right? See-through, but it smells heavenly. It's spicy, it's fresh. Man, it's masculine, it's playful. This is a must buy, in my humble opinion, for Ajmal, at least must try. That's number 5. Number 4, Animale Animale, okay? This fragrance is so good. So good, when I say so good, it means so good. The reason being, this is a clone, sort of like between Pure Heaven and Pure Malt, even though this one came out before those two, I think, as far as my memory serves me. Look at the juice color. It has that juice color, man. So this perfume came out after Amen. So you get a little bit of Angel Man, Pure Heaven, Pure Malt, sort of, but it has excellent performance. But it's not as good as Pure Malt, but for the price, so good. You definitely have to try it out, okay? One of my best buys this year, Animale Animale for men. Do not buy Animal for men. That's a different fragrance. Number 3. This is called Escentric 03 by Escentric Molecules, okay? This one I bought this year. I got a little bit discount on it, but it was still not cheap. This is a niche house known for their layering properties, but this fragrance on its own got iris, citrus. It's like this lemon verbena sort of a thing, and it has a little bit, I think, of that. How to say? Let me just remember a little bit. Yeah, it has that citrusy property, which is green, and got that at the same time the ambroxan or molecule 01 sort of a vibe. Like it has isoe super long lasting. It's so lovely. It's underrated. I have the other ones. I have the molecule 01, I have the Escentric 01, I had the 04. I reviewed one more. This perhaps is growing on me a lot. Okay, definitely all year round wearable, super performer. Okay, Escentric 03, number 3, number 2, and number 1. Let me see if I can keep it like that. Yeah, if I can keep it like these, then I can make space for 2. Number 2 is this perfume. What a lovely little gem. Valentino Uomo new version. There are not that much difference with the vintage and this one. I would say this one in the opening, it's a little bit more fresh, or rather like, you know, the chocolatey property comes out better in this one than compared to the previous one. The previous one, I feel it is a little bit more denser, but this is a bit more fresh gourmand, okay? But the dry down, they go the same way. Absolutely love it. You don't need to hunt down a vintage. Definitely this one, chocolatey, sexy, like appealing. This is one of the most lovely gourmand perfumes in the market. Okay, so Valentino Uomo new version. Number 1 today for this episode, I'm gonna show you my favorite, which got a lot of wearing, a lot of compliments. Beast Mode perfumer. This Armani Stronger With You Oud. This perfume, it's a little bit limited release or limited kind of bottle that you do not find everywhere readily available, and it's expensive, super expensive to get it, over 120 bucks, sometimes $150. Is it worth the money? I did say so. This is not the best from the line. I do prefer the leather overall, but for the smell, one of the best oud-based perfumes in my collection from this house of Emporio Armani. So check it out. These are the 13 that I want to feature today, and hopefully you'll check them out. Some of my best buys, sort of like a summary and update. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.